Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mings Macabre, and today we're going to be talking about Dracula. I saw this movie literally today. I waited about a week, had other things going on, but right off the gate, I'm going to say a hot take. I actually enjoyed this more than Nosferatu. Let me get to it. This part of the video is spoiler free. I know I kind of do like this weird rambling, but I got to stop that. Anyways, I thought the movie Dracula really did well in terms of like telling the story in a different way, as in like the normal Dracula we normally get is kind of like the same story. Jonathan Harker is going to Dracula's castle. He is trying to sell him some land. He's trying to go this way. He goes this way. He falls with Mina. Blah blah blah. It doesn't follow this at all. What it follows, it gives Dracula's point of view as like how he lost his his wife, and how 400 years like has passed, and he's trying to find his wife again. He believes that she reincarnated. So again, this is spoiler free. This is literally the trailer. You're not missing nothing. This movie does so well in terms of like showing you that, in terms of just like not the traditional story we've all been like accustomed to seeing, like with Bela Lugosi or Nosferatu. It's different. I actually felt bad for the guy a little bit. I actually felt bad for him, like searching, for his like basically his dead wife, who we definitely believe was reincarnated somewhere else. And I think they really zero in on that aspect. They really like just make you feel sorry for the guy, to the point where you're seeing the story unfold and you're like, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to be rooting for you. It closes the story out so well. Cinematography is always great, like with modern technology, other than like Strangers Chapter 3. It's done so well. Even the CGI is done so fucking well. What I really like about this movie, it shows Dracula like in his like nonchalant, powerful form. What I mean by that, he does certain things where like in books he doesn't do. Like he kind of gets new powers in a weird way, and I really fucking enjoy it. Throughout the movie, I did not feel rushed. I did not want it to end. It's a long movie. It's like 2 hours runtime with credits. So I saw it like at 4:20. It didn't start till like 4:45. The movie ended right before 7. So it's like it's 2 hours. There are some scenes in this movie that are not in any other books or any other film, and it's fast, and I'm like, well, what? It's pretty cool. You want to see him on screen all the time. If you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you have not, trust me, go see it. It's pretty cool. It definitely is a love story. It's literally Dracula, a love story, but it's like, man, he's really committed to this lady. And everyone in this cast, everyone from Dracula to the priest, Christopher Waltz, everyone in this cast is so perfectly well. They put Jonathan Harker on the back burner. It's just about Mina and Dracula, and basically their version of Van Helsing, but it's not Van Helsing. It's the priest, and the priest is basically just trying to hunt him down at all. There are going to be some hardcore Dracula fans where it's like, how can you divert from the story? It's like, bro, we have so many Dracula stories, so many Dracula movies. Literally pick one, and you're not missing out. This story, a love story, how it's told, how it's like it develops and how it ends. Honestly, I think it's refreshing. And I know the director has some controversies around him. I didn't go for him. I went for the actors. I went for Christopher Waltz. I went for Caleb. I went for them. I wanted to just see them perform and this story be told. And the other writer, I understand what he's accused of, and it's fucking disgusting, but it was already made, and I went for them. So with that being out of the way, it makes it so much tougher, because it's like, this movie's so fucking like, this movie's so good. This movie is so good. It's just unfortunate like he's tied to this, but the performances are so well, and man, that movie's so fucking good. It kind of breaks me to say I prefer this over Nosferatu, which I kind of always have either way. I've always loved Dracula over Nosferatu, which I know Nosferatu's the first one. It's so refreshing to get a story told in this format, and in a newer like light, and in a newer like point of view, as in like you actually see Dracula's pain. I was satisfied with the ending. I'm like, I was happy with the beginning. I was very locked in during the middle, and I was honestly pleased with the ending. Like, 9 out of 10 for me, personal score. One score down is because of the fucking director, but that's it. That's literally it. I don't have any gripes or any like negative scores for this movie, like at all. Like, do I recommend it? Yes, it's a different story. It's a different story from Dracula. It's a different story from like what we're used to with like Bela Lugosi, with Bill Skarsgård, even with the Mr. Burns fucking Dracula. It's so different, but it's so well done. You feel Dracula's pain. Yeah, I recommend it. I highly, go check it out. If you don't want nothing to do with the director, I understand completely, but I would go for the actors and everyone else involved because they did a fucking amazing job. This concludes the spoiler-free part of the video. So what I'm about to talk to now is spoilers. You're still around? This is your fault now. Log off. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Bye. So now we're at the spoiler part of the movie. I'm just going to say it. Mina's a whore. I'm just totally kidding. But it's kind of cool that like she gets reincarnated, like 400 years later, that he's looking for her. He recognizes her. She recognizes the music box. It's fucking awesome. And I'm like, damn. Like, I haven't seen that. I don't know if there's other stories told like that, but that's the first time I'm seeing it. If I haven't seen it, it's new to me. Family Guy. And then the cool part is I fucking love the gargoyles. I was like, there's no way. When he said watch him, I'm like, what? I'm like, they're fucking little gargoyles. And then I'm like, that's fucking awesome. So every time they're on screen, I kind of laughed. And I forgot to mention back in the spoiler free version of it. It's kind of funny. It's kind of cool. It's kind of like not dorky, but you can definitely see there's a comedic element to Dracula, and I really enjoyed that part. It's not as brutal, but it doesn't need to be, because like I'm watching it, I'm feeling Dracula's pain. I can see that he like really loves Elizabeth, technically Mina, whatever, and you can tell that he's like, at first, like, I'm gonna let you go because you have your whole life ahead of you. I'm sorry. And she remembers, and he realizes, hey, you remember, so that's what makes him take off into the castle. The castle's so fucking good. I fucking love the castle. And I think Dracula performing his powers, like pushing the plate of food in front of Jonathan and like closing doors, where like he's the one controlling it, not like this unseen force where like in other movies, like, oh, the door closed, who could it be? But it's like you see him perform that, and I really enjoy that part. I really like the aspect of like he's in control. He's allowing this to do him. And if you've seen it, at the end, he controls his death. Towards the end, when like they all have this weird scene, I don't know what's weird with like Nosferatu and this one, where they die in the bed and they just become dust. This one, he becomes dust and then he floats off into the sky, as in like, damn, was he absolved of his sins? Did he like finally find the peace he was looking for? Because he realized that, like, I gotta let her go. Essentially what I got, he didn't want her to become a monster like he is. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I was happy with the ending. I kind of liked the way it just turned out. I love the flow of the movie. I really love how it's like, oh, by the way, there's that person, there's that, like, there's like a little bit of like drag, but I enjoyed the drag when it comes to like he's going through all these like eras of like King Henry VIII, a Victorian era, and like looking for her. I felt like that's the only part that was just like, you could have sped up a little bit, but otherwise I really loved it. And you really feel his pain when he is when he basically removes, he breaks into her tomb. He breaks the casket, and he realizes she is dust. And I was like, man, he really fucking loves her. Like my guy, he really can't be that good now, is it? Overall, my favorite scenes are the gargoyles. Every time they were on, I was laughing. I love the ending. I love that he just said, you know what, hurry up before I change my mind, because he realized he loved her so much that she can live now her life, because I guess he already lived his. This is my take. I'm not making any official like symbolisms or anything like that, but overall, I really love this movie. I prefer this over Nosferatu. What do you want me to say? I felt like Nosferatu was such a good take on the original, and its imagery is so good. It's just like with Nosferatu, it just kind of dragged on a little bit. This one is like a 2-hour long movie, but it keeps the pace on so well with Dracula's emotion. So I honestly, if this cast were to make another movie like that, with like a different monster, different director, obviously, I'm fucking watching it. So it sucks that the director's tied to this, but then again, like I went for them, I didn't go for him. But I love this movie. I love the performances. So Dracula, 9 out of 10 for me. I love this movie. That's Dracula review. So I know I've been here and there. We had a family event. Real quick, there was a death in the family about 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, and so it kind of just derailed a little bit. We're good. So I think now I'm gonna just keep it going with like movies that come out in theaters, any horror movies that come out. So I think the next one for me is gonna be Whistle. I really want to see that one, and I think Obsession. There's some other ones that I saw in the trailers, but I'm gonna make a separate video on that. So that is the Dracula spoiler free and spoiler movie review. I'm gonna be do Whistle next. I think I'm gonna go see this weekend, and then hopefully pop it up whenever I can. I think now I'm just gonna there's no schedule. I tried implementing one. It's just when I watch a movie, I'm gonna throw it up there. Hopefully, when it comes to like releases on Thursdays, I'm gonna go see them, drop a quick video. But anyways, if you made it to the end of the video, like, comment, subscribe for more horror movie reviews. I've also been doing some paranormal reactions if you've not seen on my YouTube shorts. And I believe there's a few videos where I react. Those are Bubs, and then I did a play with me. So, content's coming. If you made it to the end of the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.